Right, hello guys. This is the last episode, the last two episodes of Hiveswap Friendsim. I know I only played from volume 13, but you know. Excuse me, what's that on the bottom? Is that rainbows and stuff? Well, I never ever expected that. So I thought for the last time I'm really hoping this works. What I'm really hoping happens is, I don't know, befriendments. What's that mean? Oh, achievements. Stick with an old friend over a new one? Okay. Oh. Oh, these are achievements. I'm probably screwing everything up. I never noticed that at the beginning. It must be because it's on Steam and like, you know. So this is the last one. I'm going to do Lank's route first. You crash landed on a planet called Alternia. You staggered from the wreckage of your ship. You were desperate for information, for provisions, and possibly a bit of medical attention. But most of all, you were desperate for friendship. Is what you could say if you were written by a bunch of hacks who cared about the Aristotelian ideal of narrative unity. Possibly you could make some reference to a circle being complete in a thoughtless and imbecilic manner. But we're all in this together, right? And we've all learned and grown enough to know that there's something deep and dark and absurd brewing beneath the surface. This really isn't about friendship anymore, is it? You've got enough friends, now you need answers. You need... Oh, god damn it. This was just the intro screen. Oh, here's Lank, the man himself. There's some trolls in the background scene of the preview thing. I know Linera and Ardita show up in this route because it's on the Steam preview. Skylar and Elwood show up in the background. So maybe we might be getting some indulgence, and I will sip twice from my lucky mug. And I will place it down here because like hell am I having it near my laptop. This Friendsim was meant to be released 2 hours ago, but they found some kind of critical error in the files. And I got up to make a sandwich, and as I sat down on Twitter, it said Trace Excalibur said, it's out now. And I was like, I just munched down my sandwiches, went upstairs to brush my teeth, and hopefully everything's gonna be just fine now. So here we go. What's next on the docket? Oh, you're really feeling like going completely off the rails. This music. It's from an older Friendsim. Thinking Linera. So it's a good thing. Hey, Linera! The first person to ping you on your palm husk is Linera. That nutty bitch is exactly the sort of destabilizing influence your life needs right now. Hello, my friend! Because that's what we are now. That's me. Friends! Cool, that's not a weird way to talk to. You're really loving this one. You're not sure what it is, but you're positive whatever crackpot paper this loopy troll is about to rope you into is going to be a real humdinger. There's a sense of finality in the air. You can taste it. Why are we such bitches about Linera? I mean, I know Linera tried to kill us, but we're suddenly real bastards about it. Linera does you the courtesy of listening to you say all that shit without getting super put off by how much of a freak you are. Listen up. So I was thinking, since us becoming friends, that's worked out so well. I'm starting to think maybe they're going to give making more friends another shot after all, I guess. That's what I was thinking. So there's this party I was invited to. You see, the fellow Jades in my cloister always sneak out to go to these things. You gently suggest to Linera that she should hurry it the fuck up. Wow, we have no chill today. Okay, so I'm nervous and I to go and I want a friend to come with me, okay? Is that so crazy? No, you don't think that's crazy at all. You think that sounds fantastic, actually. You don't ask for any details because who gives a shit? Linera's our friend! Like, in order to make her a better person, we have to be, like, friendly with her and kind of teach her the ways of friendship and, like, how to build healthy relationships. And here's us, calling her a crazy bitch. Oh, it's the same L-word thing. You show up on the block. We're not going to talk about how you got there or whatever because that's a waste of time. You're just there. Linera's met up with you two. Linera mentioned there might be dancing, so you decide to really dress up for the occasion. Oh man. And you went fucking nuts. You're wearing a cape and shit, but also like fishnets. Maybe a sexy bra if that's your thing. Whatever happened to judge out of some dumpster or another. Honestly, you can imagine whatever you want here, but with sweet bullshit and you look like a total slut. Excuse me? Oh, this must be the misogynistic language that the Steam warning said. Linera isn't wearing anything special because we would have had to pay someone to redraw all her sprites. From the looks of it, you're heading over to someone's hive party? You're rolling up on some kind of joint that from past experience you can now surmise is an alien domicile. It's pretty big and maybe belongs to someone on the blue end of the spectrum. Back here again. Is this block just where all the Jake-blooded schoolgirls love to get down and dirty? It hits you like a bucket of ice when you realise whose hive you're walking straight towards this time. This is Ardita's hive. Oh, that's just great. Your friend Ardita. Boy, do you love Ardita. Can't wait to see her again. I can. As you approach, you can immediately tell what kind of deal they have going on here. You can hear the tunes bumping from all the way down the block. When you get near enough to see, there are obviously a bunch of teens passed out drunk on the lawn. This is a full-blown frat house rager. Definitely doesn't seem like Linera's sort of scene. That's because it isn't. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm doing this. You kind of can't either. You're not even in the front door and you can always feel the sweat pouring out of your armpits. This is going to be so much fun. You pass all the smashed lawn teens and go up to knock on the front door. You have to rap on it a few times until the telltale sound of clicking heels faintly reaches your ears. Ardita. Some people on Tumblr ship Linera and Ardita. And everyone was just like going absolutely fucking crazy over this. The door opens and you discover that the gracious host is standing at the other side of none other than your best friend Ardita. Woohoo! Not your best friend. Fucking hell. I don't rate Ardita because she was like super mean to Boulder, and Boulder's my favourite, so she looked surprised to see you for only a moment before her face resolved into a wicked grin. Ah, my. Look what the perv's dragged in. Back for more so soon, my sweet. You're not actually sure how much time has passed since you last ran into Ardita, but it doesn't feel like it can be described in any metric by soon. You've been physically savaged so many times since then, you're not sure what you're blocking out. What you're blocking out, though. You tell Ardita that you're really glad to see her because you totally are. You tell her you're expecting to be hosting a party, though. Oh, I don't know if I'd call it a party. More of a friendly kickback of sorts. Sort of exclusive, really. All the world's finest influencers are here. How exactly did you hear about my little shindig? While I certainly consider you to be one of my finest friends, I don't recall inviting you. You gesture vaguely to Linera. She doesn't seem to know how to lie and immediately cracks under the pressure. One of the other Jays from my cloister told me to come. His name is Lank and I don't think he was invited either. I get the impression we always kind of always come out here. Basically we're crashing, if that's okay. Well, of course. What's an informal soiree without a few entirely uninvited interlopers? Linera doesn't seem to know if she's being sarcastic or not, and you aren't sure if she is either, to be honest. You're like, are you fucking with us? And she's like, ho, mwah, or whatever. I fucking love doing evil laughs. Of course not. I just have one question for you, my dears. What are those? Ardita. I'm so immature. You obey her slavishly. What does that mean? And she leans in close to your ear and intones, do you hereby certify on the penalty of law that you're of age to view adult content within your state of... Where? Oh, come on. Most of the content volumes accompanying mature content description are comfortable with the prospect of engaging with challenging or otherwise controversial fictional material. Fucking hell. Oof, you're too scared. Oh man, the sound of that is making you quake in your slutty little boots. Controversial fictional material, would you say? Damn it, it's almost starting to sound like a woman wrote this, counting you out. Ardita clicks her tongue. She reaches for the cup of markers she keeps on her table next to the door and pulls one out. You flinch back as she wields it like a weapon to draw a big blue X on the back of your hand. Here. Now all my fine guests will know we're a delicate little angel on our hands. Then she turns to Linera. What about you, my sweet thing? Yeah, God. People on Tumblr are going absolutely crazy just for seeing these two together, and I bet they're just absolutely creaming themselves right now. Oh, I'm not real, so it's cool. Very well then. Welcome to the bash. Drinks are free, but if you die of poisoning, you're contractually obliged to croak in range of one of my cameras. Toodaloo. Arlissa blows you a toxic kiss and saunters off to mingle with her enthusiastic guests. You and Linera step past the threshold and have a look around. Friendsim. Yeah, this is a simulation. Linera knows she's not real. Linera is visibly nervous, which is unfortunately a little bit infectious. You ask her where her friend is, she glances around a bit. Oh, so I would totally like to see the penis and boobs is the bad ending, I don't know. Oh, I don't know, he's... Oh, over there. Alright. Demon! Oh, we've got Demon, we've got Skylar, we've got Elwood. Follow your gaze into the living area of the house. It's a far cry from the side outside. The music's not nearly so bumping as you originally thought it was. The whole shebang seems to have a pretty chill teenagers drinking Kool-Aid vibe, apart from the fact that that's definitely not Kool-Aid. Everyone's milling about, chatting amiably. Or amiably? What the hell does that word mean? You spot a few familiar faces. Demon flirting with roasting as Frank in the hearth. Elwood leaned casually against the doorframe to a kitchen and talking to a cute girl. Skylar recounting some enraptured rodeo caper to a group of gathered trolls. It's a real diverse roster of friendly folks. Oh, that's cool. You spot who Linera's pointing to at the centre of the parlour's arrangement of couches and armchairs, sat among a group of friends on the floor, the only other jade blood in the room. He's even more impeccably dressed and done up than the rest of the markedly fashion-forward jades you've met. When he catches sight of Linera, his face lights up and he rises to make his way over to greet you. Oh, Linera, you've made it after all. Oh, he's already so sweet. He's going to turn out to be an arsehole, isn't he? I was starting to think you weren't going to come. Ah, well, surprise! I didn't. Not come, I mean. I did come! Me. Hi, I'm here. Lol. You cringe, but Lank seems otherwise unaffected by Linera's astonishingly embarrassing display. He turns to you with a warm smile. And who's this? You can't help but get a little flustered when your eyes meet. His makeup and styling might lean to the severe and feminine, but he has a contrastively calming and masculine voice that puts you at ease right away. He seems to have quite the opposite effect on Linera. Before you can answer yourself, she starts blabbering a mile a minute. Oh, this is my friend. I invited them. They're an alien, and I guess I almost murdered them because I was jealous of their friendship with Bronny, lol. But I didn't. We're friends now. I'm starting to work past my self-destructive obsession with her, and they agreed to come with me because I'm socially anxious and afraid of you. Lol. Me. Kin. Oh, that's awfully nice of them. Hold on, sorry. I know that was a lot at once. Let me reorganise that statement to a clear, digestible list of bullet points. There's absolutely no need to do that, Linera. Red. Blue. Detecting some, maybe Zevlank, and the person who drew the sprites for this likes Malank. I've understood your point, it's just fine. Lank seems so nice! Oh, okay. Lank looks back at you. Thank you for helping Linera feel more comfortable here. Why don't you come and sit with us? Lank turns and gestures to the other trolls who were speaking with before, a teal-blooded boy with an indigo-blooded girl, neither of whom you recognise. They both have notebooks in their laps. They give you friendly waves. Okay, sounds great. What are we doing? We're just in the middle of a poetry reading. I don't know if you've prepared anything of your own to share, but you might find it relaxing just to listen. Lank is so nice! Holy shit, he's gonna turn out to be a real fucking arsehole, isn't he? I am just, like, predicting that. Poetry? Linera's face has gone bright green. Oh boy. Why would you think I've written any poetry? I don't really. It was merely a suggestion. Have you? Well, like, maybe! Wait. No! You put a comforting hand on Linera's shoulder, intuiting immediately that she has indeed written plenty of poetry but is embarrassed by the prospect of sharing any of it. You remind her she's among trusted friends here and has nothing to fear. Oh, I guess you're right. Well then, please, come and join us. I can just say now that I really like the look of Linera. She, like, besides all her, like, unhealthy social bullshit, she looks like she gives good hugs, you know? You know, you can kind of tell. Like, Tisius looks like she gives good hugs. Linera looks like she gives good hugs. She looks so gentle when she's not brandishing a knife at you. Lank leads you back to his group, inviting you to sit down with him in a circle. Linera goes to deliberate lengths to insert you between herself and Lank so that you're the one sitting next to him. Why don't we pick back up where we left off? I was just about to read my latest piece. You say that sounds great. Lank's two friends close their eyes and take each other's hands. You and Lanera are both apparently surprised when Lank and the indigo blood sitting next to Lanera tried to take yours to close the circle. At your obviously shocked expression, Lank explains, we find physical contact helps us feel closer on a spiritual level during our poetry sessions. But if you aren't comfortable with it, you're under no obligation. He's so nice! You feel really respected right now, so you and Lanera both are sent to join the circle. She even takes the initiative to hold your hand first. Lank reaches out and takes your fingers gently in his. You don't know what it is, but you can't help yourself from blushing shyly. His hand is soft and warm in yours, short red nails immaculately manicured. Then let me begin. This is a short poem I've written in free verse based on something haunting me as of late. Past relationships? Are we gonna get, like, past Langiri here? Reflected back on one of my most complicated and passionate past relationships. Forgive me, this might be a bit raw. It is as of yet untitled. I'm betting it's either going to be about Malek or Tagiri. Lank draws a deep breath and closes his eyes. His notebook is open in his lap. He can see the poem written in an elegant hand, but he doesn't need to look at it to recite the words. What is the meaning of a memory? A question I oft ponder, intangible and untraceable by anything but the mind, yet so potent as to leave one sick, as if poisoned or wounded in a literal sense. And what meaning is there to regret and longing? Can my lamentations change the past? Will they move the future? Shall they amount to much more than what unmoors my here and now? This is so cool. If I restrict my world to that which is before my eyes, to those whom I may touch, to that which I might alter, one would no doubt conclude that the thoughts of you are last among could consider to matter. Oh, he's really over them. Oh, and yet you still haunt me like a scar. Oh, he's not over them. Like a disease uneager to abate. Who are you? And who am I after so long without you? That's so fucking... you know. I know, I don't know, I won't know. What do I know but what I know, and what can it even mean to know? No, no, no. Ah, though it so vexes me, though so little I valued it when it was before me. A thing you and I could touch and see, and know and hate and wonder, revile/worship. Now, it and you are a traceless ghost, and I preoccupy myself with nothing but futile tasks of redefinition and reinterpretation, and circuitous dwellings on that which I understand even less now. That, in the times when my wonderings might have been so easily answered with a question or a bite or a kiss, or even a single word spoken honestly. Oh, is this a kismesis? Pressed though I am to give colour to our bond, I look not to onyx nor ash, but that which pulses within our very veins, that so blinding jade, hard as the stone for which it is so named. Another jade blood? Twisted and pulled, hammered and forged, shaped unnaturally as if a chain. A structure within scriptures, a certain so meaningful tincture. Resent you though I must, envy you though I may. Oh, this is a kismicissitude. Now leagues and leagues stretch between us, and I make peace with not but what I say. You are the one which is within me, my blood and my mind, and that is at once nothing, and the most elementary definition of everything. You realise you are holding your breath when Lank finally finishes. The circle falls into meaningful silence, taut as a wire. The tension breaks when his eyes flutter open, tears spilling over his long lashes. Oh, he made himself cry with this poem. He squeezed Lank's hand gently. He weeps silently and beautifully. Such powerful art. He musters a wan smile as he gazes across the circle at Lanera. Lanera, would you like to read next? Lanera looks stunned. There's moisture gathering in the corner of her eyes. Of course, anyone that could be moved by something so emotional and raw. Who's it about, though? Is it like a past relationship with himself because he's trans? Is it like how he feels about how he was in the past or something? I guess I have a poem I could read. Lanera takes out her planner and opens it, breaking the circle of held hands. She can't recite it from memory like Lank. When she speaks, her voice is small and timid. I love Lanera, okay? She's cute. She's adorable. This one's called Still. I'm still. I sit still. I do what I'm told still. I wonder about the way I am and I think still. Kin! Preach! I see her every day and I still miss her. She hugs me and I still feel cold. I'm surrounded by people and I'm still alone. Lanera. Lanera's poem touches me more than Lank's did. I'm still me. I still love her and I still hate that! Oh! Wow, you're really proud of Lanera for opening up like this. She's crying too now. You reach out to take her hand back in yours. The indigo blood beside her comfortingly strokes her shoulder. Sorry. It's not really good and long like yours, Lank. This is the closest I've come to crying ever since Baldir's Fruit, when I was just ugly sobbing on a Discord call. I'm not really a poet or anything. I just wrote down how I feel. Lanera is fine. He's so nice. I thought it was beautiful. Poetry is about expressing yourself. It's not important that it be any set length or sound any certain way. All that matters is that we've spoken your blood pusher. That's so fucking sweet. And I think you've accomplished that remarkably. That's so fucking sweet. We're all very proud of you. I've got my face cam over Lank's face right now, but we've seen Lank's face. We know what he looks like. Oh, you find yourself drawn into a group hug by Lank and the other trolls. Lanera is sobbing openly now, and her raw emotion seems to have inspired similar pathos in the others. Before you know it, you feel yourself tearing up too. Yes, I do. Ah! Oh my god, I never thought I'd like feel this kind of like sympathy for Lanera, but I guess I just do. It feels good to get it all out, but before long it's becoming clear Lanera is kind of reaching a limit. She pulls back and sniffles out something about wanting to go home. Oh! I'll take you home, Lanera. Everyone's like, Lanera's a huge bitch. No! Absolutely not. Fuck you. Of course, Lanera, if that's what you need. I'll talk to you back at the cloister. Okay. See to it that she gets back safe, will you? You tell Lank that of course you will, and take Lanera carefully by the hand and lead her out of the party. She squeezes your fingers back to let you know she appreciates you! Oh my god, this is so emotional. And this is probably like the bad end or something. You walk back from the party in a comfortable silence for a while when you glance over at her face. It occurs to you that you've never seen Lanera this happy. Of course, this is literally the second time you've ever seen her, so you guess you don't actually have much... Second. So that means Wanshi's good end is not canon. So you guess you don't actually have much frame of reference for what her normal emotion state actually is. You really want to encourage her on this path of recovery she's going on, so you ask her about, you know, her and Lank. What? You know, her and Lank? What, we're just friends. And it's not like I have a crush on him or anything. I know I've had romantic feelings for a girl before, so it would be really problematic if I liked a boy. Now, it wouldn't be. I mean, you're bisexual. Oh, you say you're sorry. You didn't know. It's okay, just don't let it happen again. Lanera gives a warm smile and reaches to pull you into a hug. Thank you for helping me. I was really nervous and I think if it hadn't been for your help I wouldn't have been able to come at all. But I did, so thanks. It wasn't perfect, but I think I really opened up tonight. I'll see Lank again. And you, I hope. And in the future, things will be easier. Right? You're certain they will. You put a comforting arm around her shoulders and walk her the rest of the way home. You feel like this might really taught you an important lesson. Not everything is about collecting the largest quantity of friends as is humanly possible. Sometimes strengthening your bond with someone you already know can be just as rewarding. Oh, is this the bad end? But kind of like good end as well, because it's, you know, Lanera. So screw you, you say to the concept of good endings and bad endings and narrative railroading. This route makes you feel heckin' valid, and that's fine by you. Valid! That's so fucking nice! Which I guess that means we have to do this now. We have to agree. You bet, Chief, tell us to let you in. That's good to hear. Why don't you come right in then, my dear? I don't want to see you making any little posts online about how my party was too fucking problematic for you, though. Ardita steps back and welcomes you again into her abode with a grandiose gesture. I don't think I could handle this with, like, that really fucking sweet. That's so sweet. Fucking hell. You're very, very excited for Ardita's party. You know definitively that you will enjoy absolutely every second of what she has in store for you. Once you've stepped past the threshold, Ardita blows you a toxic kiss and sotters off to mingle with her enthusiastic guests. Let's see. Demon! And Skylar! And that's all. The first thing that hits you once you're in the door is the music. It's a solid wall of bass that reverberates through your body down to your bones. The intense dance track is blasting so loud you can hardly hear yourself think. Will Lank be an arsehole because of this? Because of the choice we made? Like, to see the adult content? It has to be this loud to drown out all the shouting coming from the living room. As you apprehensively advance, it becomes quickly clear that Linera is completely out of her element here. She's a bundle of nerves beside you, practically glued to your hip. When you actually step into the living room, she physically attaches herself to your arm. Oh, Linera, I will protect you! Wow, this is more than I was expecting! You too is a scene of absolute chaos. The living room with the house is filled to the brim with rowdy teens, dancing rhythmlessly to the pounding music. The furniture has all been knocked over or otherwise destroyed. You can make a pretty good guess of what's filling all the red cups you see in everyone's hands. You're about to tell Linera that you wouldn't blame her if she wants to dip, but you can't get the words out before you're being flagged down by a jade-blooded boy who's just muscled his way out of the throng of partygoers with a few of his friends in tow. Linera, you made it! Oh! He looks different, because, you know, we're picking the being an arsehole route. My face cam is also all over his face. He's doing that kind of Seth Everman look that, you know, I can't do that. Linera all but flings herself away from your body and freezes like a scared animal as the troll approaches. For all the commotion and ruckus, the music's different! He's still, I think, he's still remarkably well put together. The vigorous dance huddle doesn't seem to have disturbed his sharp makeup or his impeccably coiffed hair. There is a curious red stain down the front of his white shirt, though. Fucking hell! He has a slutty-looking indigo-blooded girl on his right arm and an even sluttier-looking teal-blooded boy on his left. Though he shakes them off and waves them away by the time he reaches you and Linera at the entry to the room. Fucking hell! Hi, Lank. Yeah, I'm here. Oh, fucking hell! You watch with amusement as Linera practically bursts into flame under his gaze, and it only gets worse when he sidles up to give her a startlingly intimate embrace. Fucking hell. She squeaks and tries to hug him back, but is too timid to actually touch him with her hands. You can see sweat pouring down her face. I am officially now claiming Linera as being autistic. I'm autistic, so is she. After a solid 5 seconds that seems to include Lank smelling Linera's hair, he pulls back to smile down at Linera with a heavy gaze. Linera's face is bright and her eyes are bugging out of her skull from how flustered she is. Holy shit, what is this? But she's not into it, you don't think? It's hard to tell, but you kind of get the impression he'd be dead by now if she weren't. Either way, it's awkward. Luckily for Linera, Lank either doesn't notice or doesn't care. He settles into a comfortable, for him, position with his arm casually around Linera's waist and turns to you. Oh, who's this? This is my... friend? Yeah! Lank quirks an eyebrow. You have friends? That's terrible! Don't say that, Lank! The question seems to leave Linera speechless. He's an arsehole because we chose the let's see the adult content version. Because we chose the ooh-woo soft precious baby version first. I guess they just gave it to us like, hey, this is the valid ending. Lank takes the opportunity to look back at you. His eyes rake up and down your body in a way that leaves you feeling distinctly objectified. This is going to be like Fozzer because, you know, there was a scratch thing. Before Fozzer was like a big old communist, and then Fozzer was like, hey, up the empire, you know? Oh, aren't you interesting? Is there a reason you look like that? He's an arsehole in this universe. What a question. He doesn't explain what that is specifically referring to, and given both your alien status and your state of dress, it could mean any number of things. He might take it as an insult if not for the way he licks his lips after he says it. He can't seem to pry his eyes off you. You look at Linera for a cue, which is too out of it to give you any sort of intelligible sign. Yeah, I just took my thing. Thought I heard someone knocking at the door, even though it is nearly 4 AM. So you just explained how you crash landed on this alien planet an indeterminate amount of time ago. You don't really know what you're doing or much of anything about anything. Encoding overload. Okay. The fact of your appearance could be due either to this, or that you're generally a disaster of the being irrespective of your planetary origin. How fascinating. I've never met an alien before. Well, you have, lots of times. In fact, literally everyone and everything here is an alien to you. You find your word diarrhea becoming more and more awkward and embarrassing as Lank's eyes start burning a hole in the centre of your chest. Haha, there's no need to be so shy. I don't bite until asked. Lank disconnects himself to Linera as he rounds on you. It's like he's lost any interest in her existence now that you're in front of him. Linera looks at you with a completely pathetic expression that readily informs you as to what your response needs to be. You'll be damned if you aren't going to be the best wingman possible, so you definitely ignore Linera's blatant pass and turn the conversation back to Linera. You ask Lank how he and Linera have known each other. Lank raises his eyebrows at the question. Well, I suppose since she was chosen for the cloister? Some number of sweeps ago? I don't remember, really. It was 2.43 sweeps. Alright, then that many, I guess. Huh, it's a pretty long time, actually. Huh, yeah. Pretty impressive that you managed to go a solid 2.4 of them without saying a single word to me that wasn't circulated to me secondhand from your snide gossiping behind my back. Wow, talk about whiplash. Linera's eyes get big like saucers. What? What? What are you... I don't know what you're talking about. The tone of the conversation has totally morphed from fire to ice in an instant, though neither Lank's expression nor demeanour have changed much. He slips in the knives with all the calm composure of a casual statement. What, you're going to pretend you didn't spend the better half of the past 2.5 weeks complaining how much I disgusted you? Come now. You do know that everyone is aware you're a nasty little bitch, right, Linera? No! Please don't. I mean, unless she's transphobic in this version, in which case, absolutely. But she does refer to Lank as him. I mean, I don't take it the wrong way, I really don't mind. I'm hardly in a position to criticise. I was just curious, what caused the sudden change of heart so after long decrying my vain and slatternly lifestyle? What does that mean? I have the impending ordeals finally made that little clock start to tick down that dry, dusty nook of yours? Ah! Did you figure out that I was the only one who might be loose enough to be willing to clean out the cobwebs before you get shipped off to Space Church and never have the chance again? Is he, like, propositioning her? Just wondering. There's a long, excruciating moment when Linera says nothing. And just she stares at Lank beside her with a completely shell-shocked expression. Before you can try to pipe up in Linera's defense, she bursts into tears. Fuck you, Lank! Oh no. When Linera suddenly turns and makes a mad dash to run out the door and away from the party, your Tom's been running after and giving this jerk a real piece of your mind. Your mind's made up when you look back at Lank, just in time to catch him rolling his eyes. Hey, you say, that was kind of rude, don't you think? Lank snorts. Me? Rude? Are you perhaps attempting to fuck with me? Clearly you haven't spent much time around this bitter pill if you think it was anything short of precisely what she deserves. I don't like this version of Lank. You concede you maybe don't have a full enough grasp on Jade Blood's closer social dynamics to make a definitive judgment on whether or not Linera deserved to be so ruinously owned. But she's your friend, and what good are you if you don't stick up for the people you care about? I have no idea what even got her so upset. Like I said, it's not like I really care what she says about me. But you don't get to spend as much time as she does being a venomous little snake and act surprised when someone calls you out on it. Which characters do I like? Which characters do I not like? Why did you invite her, you ask? It seems needlessly cruel of Lank to lead her on under such false pretenses if he never intended to be your friend at all. I promise you I had no such designs. The only reason I invited to this thing is my ex is being a real blood-sucking bitch and no one else wanted to go. Who is your ex? I was willing to give her an honest shot, but I've no time for a vicious, slandering nag who can't even admit what she is. I thought it might be interesting to see what that crusty little shrew might be like if you could manage to wrest her bulge free of whatever excruciating knot she's got it tied into. But I guess now we'll never know. Well, that also doubly confirms the all trolls have bulges. Well, this is clearly a conversation you're going to have to Switzerland out of pretty soon. What? You try to explain the historical significance of Switzerland's political neutrality on your home planet. Lank's eyes glaze over you like he's listening to you recite a sports almanac of cricket stats. That's nice. Anyway, since I seem to have scared away my date... Really? Why don't you stay a while so you and I can get to know each other a little better? You seem much more interesting than she is, anyway. We're gonna get fucked by Lank. Jesus Christ! When did Lank get up so close to you? Oof. Your heart beats a little faster and he smiles at you like that, so poisonous and shamelessly laced with intent. Linera is definitely not the only one coming off like a snake here. I've less time to waste than most, my dear. Never seen the value in beating around the bush. We're gonna get fucked, aren't we? Well, maybe it's more socially prudent of you to go after Linera and make sure she's okay, but it's also not her volume of the Friendsim, so instead of doing that, you're going to stick around and see what this spectacularly brewery prima donna is all about. You had your fucking chance to bail out of this shit show, but all that's left to do now is barrel downhill as meteorically as you can manage. Fantastic. Care to dance? Why the fuck not? Lank laughs pleasantly and reaches out to take you by the hand. The contact gives you a nice thrill despite yourself. He's got nice hands, soft and warm and well taken care of, and you know it's going to be one hell of a ride wherever he's taking you. Come with me. Nope, no more trolls. I'm looking for trolls that we know. These are like mostly going to be Friendsim, like Hiveswap rejects or the fan trolls of the developers and stuff. You do. He doesn't lead you straight to the dance floor, though. He takes you around the throng of dancing partygoers over to the kitchen of the house first. You would expect to find a familiar face waiting for you there. Elwood! Huh, fancy meeting you here. You don't find it that surprising, honestly. You two know each other. You could say that. That's just great. Do you give discounts to friends? I sure fucking don't. You know the price, pretty boy, pay up. He's gonna buy drugs for us. That's why Elwood's troll call was, updated. She's going to sell us fucking drugs. You're a little confused. What is being purchased here exactly? Elwood gives you a funny look. You a drone? What? Hush. You do as you're told and watch as Lank and Elwood carry out their shady transaction. Lank hangs over the credits and receives an opaque little baggie of something in return. We're going to get absolutely fucking tripping balls. Oh well, you guess you don't really need to see what's in that thing to figure out what it is at this point. Drugs. As soon as the deal is done, Lank has his hand at the small back and is deftly guiding you away from the scene of the crime. Is buying drugs a crime here? You're not really well versed about the laws of Alternia, but it honestly doesn't seem like anyone could give much of a shit about anyone doing drugs out here. You guess the clandestine transactions are just for the aesthetic. Well, Elwood did just ask you a drone. Lank threw at you back in a shady corner of the party. He's pressing one of the tablets he bought into your hand with a sly grin. He expects you to join in. Peer pressure. We're getting pressured into taking Xanax. You're like, hold on a minute, your experiences with alien drugs haven't really been that great, honestly, and you're not sure you're excited for a repeat performance. Lank's immediate response is a sneer. Oh, I see. You're one of those people. One of what people? You know, a bit boring, maybe? Or, yeah, he's like, peer pressure. He's coercing us into taking drugs. There are many words that could be used to describe you, but you don't think boring is a remote contender. You're always doing all kinds of unbelievably stupid shit and getting into uncountable, wacky and life-threatening situations. The face cam probably isn't very interesting, but hey, it's the last Friendsim. We have to be interesting. Is it really that fucking much to ask for there to be one time you don't rush headfirst into doing something you know is going to fuck you up and be totally awful? Lank's lips pressed into a thin, annoyed line. Those things aren't cheap, you know. I bought them for you. Well, you didn't ask him to do that, did you? Oh, come on, you're really going to be like this? Yeah, you totally are. Lank sighs dramatically. Fine. Demon! Lank casts around for the nearest victim and grabs... No! No! Please don't feed drugs to Demon! Lank casts around for the nearest victim and grabs his attention with a hand around his wrist. To your dismay, it's your sweet and innocent hot dog chum, Demon! Alas, there's nothing you can do to stop him from falling prey to Lank's wicked designs. Here, have these. Oh yeah, great. Thanks. I love to put drugs on my wiener! Wait, he takes drugs? What a tragedy. Before you know it, Lank has a hold of you again as he's dragging you off. Are we gonna get fucked? Let's just dance. You're not too much of a square to do that, are you? Of course not. Dancing is basically the one thing you actually plan to come here and do, so that's just great. You go on with Lank enthusiastically when he pulls you over to the writhing mass of bodies bumping and grinding on the dance floor. You get down to it. You soon discover that Lank has a very interesting dancing style, and by interesting I mean it primarily consists of directly grinding his body against yours in an incredibly shameless fashion. I like the Uwu Lank better. But I mean, you can't just expect characters to be just perfect, so... You know, this is interesting. Pressed in as you are from all sides by sweaty and inebriated bodies, there's not actually much room for troll jiggers to begin with. Lank is up on you so close it's hard not to sweat. He has his hands at your hips and your face fixed with sharp eyes. His heavy stare is nearly hypnotic, so blatant and undisguised in his expression. It's clear what he wants, and maybe that's more than you're prepared to give. When he looks at you like that, it's impossible to look away. Holy shit. Am I going to be able to put this on YouTube? You just go with it. Why not? It feels good and it's not like anyone else is watching. You're surrounded by trolls. Are we getting fucked? Are we getting actually fucked right now? You're surrounded by trolls boxing and pouring sweat, and it feels like the only two people here. Lank draws in teeth by your ear, and this close you can hear him easily, even over the overwhelming pound of the bass. You have the palest skin I've ever seen. Yeah, you tell him you're literally FFFFF white, which is like blank. That makes you super racially inoffensive, FYI. You let Lank know he can see you any way he wants, which is even more woke than making a decision. Thin as paper. I can see all the way inside of you. All your veins and your red blood. Jesus. You smell like candy. I wonder how you taste. Oh, we're not going to get bit, are we? Wow, haha. You say, that's like some shit a vampire would say. Presuming I'm a rainbow drinker with an awfully reductive and literal reading of my character. I'm just making a blatant sexual pass. Oh, okay. Good thing that's all cleared up. You, you're showing off everything you've got in this sexy dance acumen department. Lank is a little bewildered. What are you doing? You're like, what aren't I doing? There's a fire on the dance floor and you struck the match. You're just fucking it up each year. Really getting it. Breaking it down. Whopping and crumping. I'll crump with you, sweetie. You're smashing your ass into everyone around you and getting hot and heavy with these lusty moves. There's a point where Lank has to step back. You presume to probably behold your art in all its glory. But it seems to become clear that it's not your prodigious dancing skill. Bronya! You follow a startled gaze and see the cause for a lamp. Bronya's here and she looks pissed. Oh shit. Bronya is still standing in the entry contending with Ardita, and it looks like she hasn't caught sight of you yet, but Lank isn't wasting any time. Before you realise what's happening, Lank has you by the wrist and is hauling you away from the dance floor and off down into the hallway. Lank finds safety in a bedroom. Respite block, you remind yourself. You take stock of the conspicuous absence of any bed and the presence of a large revolting-looking slime cocoon in which trolls allegedly spend their repose. You hold each other in a tense and nervous silence, pressed against the locked door. What feels like an eternity passes, your breath held. The sound of your blood rushing through your own ears is almost enough to drown out the music. Seconds turn to minutes, and nobody comes to find you. It seems for now you've escaped Bronya's notice. We're gonna get fucked in here, aren't we? When you turn your head to look back at Lank, you find he's been staring at you for some time. I haven't been able to take my eyes off you since the moment I first saw you. Yeah, I'm not pulled in by this because basically I'm not into men, but okay. You're just so interesting. You freeze like a hare staring down a snake. Lank lifts his hand to brush a thumb across your cheek, fingers curling under your chin. You meet his eyes. His pupils are so black. I want to know what it would be like to kiss you. Lank's tongue darts out to wet his painted lips. Holy shit. Do you want to kiss me? Whoa. Well, you've already clicked on at least 2 mature content disclaimers to get this far. Why the hell not? Lank leans in and presses his lips against yours. He kisses... Oh, Jesus! Is this going to turn out to be a real fucking big thing? He kisses much more sweetly than looks. His lips are soft and wet and taste like blackberries. This beats making out with a couple of greasy teens behind a dumpster, that's for sure. When one of his sharp fangs nicks your bottom lip, you don't even care. When a drop of your blood beads out to his invasive tongue, Lank draws back just an inch. You taste sharp and dangerous, like a weapon. Is that a good thing? It's not a bad thing. Lank pulls back further. His hands slip down the cheek and his fingers trail down your neck to rest on your collar, thumb brushing against the thumb of your pulse. He's gonna bite us. Have you ever pet... What? We're gonna get we're gonna get fucked by Lank, aren't we? Holy shit. Oh my god. Yeah, we're gonna make fools of ourselves by saying absolutely not, and then he's gonna be like, oh, you're a fucking idiot. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I'm not gonna fuck you. Have you ever paled before? Lank shrugs off his jacket and starts unbuttoning his shirt. Whoa, 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 is this really gonna go there? Like, well, no, you've never done any alien intercourse with a bucket, but it doesn't look like he even has one on him at the moment. That was apparently the wrong thing to say because Lank's face strunches up in displeasure. Don't mock me. It's my first time. Oh my god! You figure laughing would constitute mocking him, so you don't, but the look you give him seems to say enough. Us Jades who live in the cloisters have been chosen for a very special duty. We're expected to adopt a chaste and aesthetic life in service to the continuation of our species. When we undergo our old... Yeah, we've just fucked up, haven't we? Sent off-world, there's no such thing as sneaking out of the caverns. If I don't do this now, when? That's true. My life is nearly over. Will you help me feel alive? Whoa! Before you can answer, Bronya's voice starts to rise shrill above the heavy music. Lank! Lank's hands shoot out lightning speed to draw you close. Well, you can watch this. He presses one of his palms over your mouth to keep you quiet. Oh shit, she's close. And from the sound of it, she's getting closer. Lank! I know you're here. You need to come out and come home right now. Lank leans in close to your ear. Shh. What will you do? Wait, no. I don't want to quit. I want to close the menu. Keep quiet. You want to see where this goes. You keep your mouth shut and wait for Bronya to pass. She only shouts for a little while longer before the sound of her voice fades away. There are too many blocks in the hive for her to be trying to break that door to everyone. She didn't look too closely at this one. You've lost her. When it comes clear Bronya is gone for good, Lank lets his hand fall away from your lips. You feel him smile against your ear. Where were we? You turn in Lank's arms and look up into his blazing eyes. How can you alien pale without a bucket? I don't mind doing it without one. I really hope that this won't get me banned from YouTube. I really fucking hope not. I might have to put a mature content filter on this. I'm sorry, but I might have to. Sometimes it'd be fun to get a little messy, don't you think? You're like, weren't you just saying this was your first time? Lank answers you with another kiss. This time he means business. Holy shit! We fucked Lank? We got fucked by Lank. Holy shit! We actually fucking had sex. Wow, you go all the way with this super slutty alien and you slump on the ground completely wasted. Maybe this all went kind of off the rails, but you have to admit it would have been a real shame if you had come through this entire extraterrestrial adventure and have got to smash into a single alien. What would be the fucking point, honestly? This guy really did a whole number on you. You're lying spread-eagled on the floor as Lank is putting his clothes back on. Man, this is probably the most accomplished friendship to date. You're not ready to move just yet. Since you and Lank are such good chums now, you figure now's a good time as any to ask for his chitter. Lank seems surprised to even hear you speak. Huh? You want to add me on chitter? Yeah, you say, isn't that what friends do? Oh, sorry I can't. My palm husk is broken right now. Lank says, while typing away furiously on his palm husk. He doesn't even look down at you. You're like, but you're using it right now? Lank rolls his eyes. I thought you would take the obvious hint. What obvious hint? Lank huffs. Look, I was trying to be nice, but you just weren't that good, babe. Oh! Yay, we suck at aliens. I don't often ring the same bell twice, but if I were going to consider it, you'd have to show me a better performance than that. Whoa. Holy shit. That's that, you guess. Your lowest, though. Your first time banging an alien, you couldn't even satisfy him. Little seed of worthlessness takes root inside of you and germinates so explosively that it fills you up until there's basically nothing left. You die of shame instantly. We go! I cannot fucking believe we got fucked by Lank. Some people were saying on Tumblr, they were jokingly saying after, like, way back in Volume 6, when Follicle and Cuprum kissed us, we're gonna just end up getting banged by the end of this. We did. Let's call in his mum. Call in his mum. This has gotten problematic enough. You rip Lank's hand on him and start yelling for Bronya. What the fuck, dude? Lank tries to scramble away from you to make some sort of last-ditch effort to escape, but it's no use. Bronya hears you and comes running furious. She hulks the locked door off its hinges before you can even get up to let her in. You duck flying chunks of alien architecture and scuttle off to avoid what you fear might be further alien fist. Lank! As angry as her voice is, some of the fury goes out of her face the moment her gaze lands on Lank's state of partial undress. She reflexively brings her hands up to shield her eyes. Why, what in the world? Put your clothes back right on this instant, young man. Holy shit. Lank freezes where he stands, apparently accepting that he's been caught. There's nowhere left to run. If he doesn't intend to fling himself out the window, a sneer uncalls on his face. Oh, please, save the purity act. Like this is anything you haven't already seen a dozen times before. Bronya's face goes bright. Jade? What? What in the world are you implying? She is fucked Elwood. I would never. Forget Linera, you've always been the craziest bitch in the whole cloister. You know you aren't actually our Lucis, right? Oh. Bronya marches right up to Lank and slaps him hard across the face. Lank makes an undignified noise as he recalls from the blow. Looks like that really hurt. His face is stinging bright under the handprint. He forces out a strained laugh. My word, Bronya. If you wanted to join us, all you had to do was ask. Are we gonna get double teamed? Damn, you wish you had some kind of popcorn right about now. You kind of just sit back and take it all in. Lank's invective has his apparent desired effect. Bronya is all but steaming at this point, hands balled into fists at her sides. You kind of want to say hi to your friend, but she's a little preoccupied, it seems. I'm not going to rise to your petty baiting. You know you're in the wrong here. We've spoken time and time again about recklessly sneaking out to these parties. Now you're dragging Lynera into your mess. 2. Lynera's told me all the things you've been saying and doing to her, and it's completely unacceptable, Lank. 3. You've had more than enough registers about the way you treat your flush quadrant partners. It absolutely needs to stop. 4. You are coming back with me to the cloisters right now. When we're home, we're going to have one last serious talk about this, and if there changes, there are going to be consequences. Eventually, Bronya's overbearing hollering seems to finally break Lank down. He sighs, shoulders slumped, and rolls his eyes. Fine, fine. Bronya crosses her arms indignantly as she waits for Lank to finish fixing his clothes. Lank buttons his shirt, puts back on his jacket and his tie, and he seems to go to retrieve his palm husk, which he seems to have discreetly slid over to where you're standing. He casually saunters his way over, instead of picking up his own device, snatches yours out of your hand. Hey, I've got to go, but let me give you my chitter information. Maybe we can pick up where we left off later, sweetheart. Bronya stops over to grab Lank by the ear and drag him away, but not before he's finished putting his chitter contact into your palm husk. He shoves it back into your hand, mouths a see you later, and is then fully hauled out of the room. Hypocrite! You need to shut your mouth! And then they're gone. Friendship accomplished, you guess? Chitter mutuals! Fucking hell! That was Lank's route. I never expected that we would be banging an actual alien, but okay. I guess now it's the grand finale next time. Woo!